5 o'clock. I'm going to call the meeting to order. We have a quorum. I don't believe anyone is here to speak for a public forum.
No.
Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We move on to discussion items. Superintendent report.
Okay, I would like to introduce, I have a couple things. So first of all, I'd like to introduce Eddie Holtz, and he's from Iowa Western Community College, and he's just going to share a little bit about the bond issue that they are have up in November. So I'll let you go ahead.
Yeah, Eddie Holtz, Vice President of Finance and Operation at Iowa Western Community College. About 28 years at Iowa Western, 25 in my current stint, and in my role for about 10 years. Over the period, my time at Iowa Western, we've seen many ups and downs as far as growth. At one point, we saw a real high influx of arts and science while students were taking classes at Iowa Western prior to transferring on to a university. Well, the last 5 to 10 years, it's definitely an influx of career and tech. I don't know the last time you tried to get an HVAC guy, someone to work on your car, someone to hire a truck driver, a diesel mechanic. These jobs are in high demand and we just don't have the space. Both automotive and diesel tech holds about 40 kids. We currently have about 75 kids enrolled with waiting lists. We are currently using one of our greenhouses that is no longer being used for an engine room for diesel mechanics. These are high demand jobs that require a lot of space, and we have waiting lists for them as well. These are being offered not only in high school, they're also being offered, the traditional degree through Iowa Western, but even a lot of certificates are being offered for people that are working in the workforce or people that are just wanting to get re-educated in a new career path. What Iowa Western has on the ballot is a building, transportation logistic building, sits up on the hill right as you come onto campus. The bond issue is a $55 million bond issue. This building will primarily hold our CDL program. It would hold our CDL programs currently being operated out of the backside of our residential hall parking lot. It would also triple the size of our automotive program and triple the size of our diesel program. The nice thing about, we would also introduce a new program, logistics, supply chain management, another high demand job that Iowa Western currently doesn't offer. The nice thing about the building, it would allow us space to triple the size of our construction management program. Our construction program is in a room with 9-foot ceilings, not super big. It's hard to do the things that they need to do in that space. They would move into the diesel shop, basically tripling the size of their space, plus give them high ceilings. It would also expand welding, HVAC, plumbing, probably about 10 different trades programs that are highly needed not only at Iowa Western but entire Southwest Iowa. I gave you a little fact sheet on the bond, just some basic information on it. The nice thing about this, because of managing our past levies and structuring of the future ones, we're able to do it without increasing taxes. So the tax levy rate that Iowa Western imposes on property taxes would not increase with this bond issue. Like I said, the programs, it expands not only in the high schools, but also non-credit programs as well, credit programs. It would also give us the ability to offer additional exploratory programs at all of our locations. We've got the bus center up in Mo Valley. We've got the new space out at the center here in Harlan. Offer more exploratory programs in Atlantic, Shenandoah, and Clarinda as well. The vote is November 4th. It does require supermajority, 60% plus one vote. Last year when we ran it, it was 59.5%, a couple hundred votes shy. A lot of noise with the election. I don't think people even knew that we had an item on the ballot. But if I can answer any questions for anyone, again, the most important thing about this is the needed space and no increase to the tax levy rate.
How How many counties contribute to that?
So we have 8 core counties. We have Cass, Shelby, Fremont, Page, Mills, Pottawatomie. I'm missing one. Harrison, thank you. But then we have a piece of Monona, a piece of Audubon.
Okay.
So it's our entire 13 counties that would contribute to that, which is why we're able to do it. You know, our total tax levy rate is only $1.42, just shy of $1.42. So again, we're able to do this without increasing that levy rate. So when you think of it, it's a very small piece because it is stretched throughout those entire 15 counties.
I think some of the things too that we talked about with Dr. Kinney are that, yes, that is down at the Council Bluffs campus, but it also would provide new programming for us
100%
as
does.
well here, for our students here.
Yeah, you know, and we've done a good job the last few years of bringing things to Harlan. We've got the automotive exploratory, the CDL that we're up here, electromechanical, welding, but it would continue to let us expand those programs and bring those, even if it's for a semester, you know, introduce the kids to those programs. And that would be at all locations for sure. Harlan having a great space to be able to do that. The other thing it does, hopefully it keeps the kids in our communities, going to school here, not moving to Des Moines, not coming back because they get a life there. We need these positions, these jobs, these students to be in our communities.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you very
you.
much, I appreciate that greatly. Good luck.
Hey, thank you.
Okay, the second thing I wanted to share was just, don't say Jade.
Swinging it.
Was just to talk a little bit about the Harlan Community Education Foundation, and I'm gonna have Roger chime in and say probably more than I am, but I feel like we've rejuvenated the foundation, and we have some goals, we did some strategic planning, and we've got some things in the works. So we just wanted to talk a little bit about where we're going. So the mission is just to enhance Cyclone success in school and life, and we met in June, I think it was, right?
Yes, in June.
And just tried to,
We had a strategic planning meeting. We brought somebody in
yeah.
to help with our mission and our goals.
And our vision is just a destination for a community of champions. So we did look at the mission and vision that we had created as a district and used some of that verbiage as well. The goals and the initiatives, I'll let Roger talk about some of those.
Yeah, it's a two-prong as far as the funding goes. You know, we have goals for long-term funding, you know, for an endowment, and then we also have annual needs or goals for annual needs for teacher grants, district grants, and additional opportunities. You know, like a few years ago, the Education Foundation gave, I don't want to quote the dollar amount, but it was $25,000 to $35,000, I think, for the welding program for the school. So we want to be able to raise funds for those type of programs. So that, you know, we have a pretty lofty goal to raise $2.5 million for an endowment. And then the community and alumni engagement, you know, trying to get an alumni list put together so that we can reach out to alumni, keep them up to date on what's going on in our school systems. And, you know, if they, and then also be able to maybe try to reach out to them when we do have a project or something for maybe some funding. Marketing and branding, you know, trying to, again, let's not say the clear message, strong visuals. We're putting that together. Kylie's helping, Jenny, the whole staff is helping with that, along with members of the board to work on our marketing and branding. We purchased the popcorn bags. I don't know if you guys seen that, and it has a foundation name on the side of that, and as well as a code so that you can scan that to become part of the alumni. So just to keep our name out in front of it. This year we gave away scholarships for teachers at the beginning of the year.
10,000, yeah.
It was $1,000.
10,000, yeah, 10,000.
For 10 of them,
1,000,
so.
yep, 10,000.
So, help in their classrooms, get stuff ready, and I think that went over really well. We're meeting again tomorrow morning. We recently switched from the Omaha Community Foundation, or is that down the
Yes.
road here?
Well, it's okay, keep
Okay.
going. Yeah.
Omaha Community Foundation is at Southwest Iowa,
Community
Foundation.
of Western Iowa.
in Western Iowa. We like their focus on Southwest Iowa. They will help us with Giving Tuesday and some other things they brought. From our first meeting, it seemed like they brought a lot to the table. So we're gonna go down that path. We're to have them help us with our funding campaign, our strategic plan, and everything like that as well. These are some of our current accomplishments that we have in the last year or so.
Yeah, things that just they kind of stay under the radar, but they're doing a lot on the side to help students, teachers, the playground donation, they helped with the shared cost of our publication. And then, yeah, the community foundation, switching the money. The money originally was in the Southwest Iowa Foundation, which is actually based out of Omaha. So once they came and shared that the Western Iowa Foundation said it stays in Iowa, we were very impressed with that. Yeah, so this is, Roger talked about that already, but these are things they're helping us with and providing us resources, and just we can ask them questions and it's much more of a collaboration, I think, don't you, Roger?
Yeah. Yep, I think they will help us with our campaign quite a bit,
Yeah.
our marketing, and so I'm pretty excited about that, and help us with managing the foundation.
And then there's just for Giving Tuesday, if you guys are, it's a national Tuesday where for nonprofits that you give, and we will have there'll be a foundation fund that you can, and there's 3 different funds, so I don't know if you want to talk about the differences between them, Roger, because
Between
yeah, so this is the endowed fund.
this is the endowed fund. So with the endowed fund, you only can spend the earnings from that fund. You cannot spend the principal. That's what an endowment is. So, and that's why I kind of want to focus on that, so that, down the road, if we can get a substantial amount of money in there, then our annual needs for the school to help us to be successful and fund projects as we need them, those monies will just continue to give to our, through the earnings. Typically, you're looking at probably 5 to 6%. So, and then you have let's see, is that
That's the Endow Iowa Fund. So there's 2 different endowments.
yeah, because we have the endowed Iowa fund.
Is bigger. Isn't it?
Yes, and you can get a tax credit for that if there are funds available through the state, to be able to give that credit. So that gives an additional incentive for people to donate to an endowment, because they can get that tax credit, Iowa State tax credit. And then we have the expendable fund, and that I had kind of touched on that earlier, where we would have funds that kind of like annual needs, to support teacher classroom grants, approved project building, district projects in the school system. Anything that comes up that maybe the funding we get from the state or from the taxes and that sort of thing, there's not enough to go around, we can help the school system with these funds. That budget, what we were looking at, around $30,000 to $35,000 a year is what we think we're gonna need for that.
Did you say, where's the matching coming from? Is that private or is that?
Now, as far as the For the annual,
It looked like there was matching funds available for
The Giving Tuesday.
for the Giving Tuesday, that comes from the
how that.
Western Iowa.
Yes,
But
Oh,
they
okay.
do that, they
Gotcha.
help find the matching, yeah.
they help with the matching.
That's kind of a neat deal.
Yeah. So next steps, we just, that Giving Tuesday, we will be marketing quite a bit out on, and there is an alumni social media page, and then there's also a foundation social media page. So if you see that, and you could share it with everybody, then we can get the word out. We're trying to get more and more alumni. I mean, our goal is about 1,000, and right now I think we have 450 to 500 emails of former students. Mitchell Ruschenberg is kind of our point person, so right now they're just trying to figure out who's the leader of each class. So he's getting ready to send something out to shoot out, like if you're the class president of 1976, let me know so that I can try to coordinate so we can get some more email addresses. And then we'll continue the social marketing campaign, and then we're starting the Alumni Association because Harlan has never had one. So this is something new that we're learning about. But that's it. Just wanted to share, I don't know if you guys have any questions, just wanted to share the good things that are going on there.
Roger, what's the legal structure of the foundation?
Excuse me?
What's the legal structure of the foundation, just for my knowledge?
They formed the foundation actually, I want to say 15 or 20 years ago. It's a nonprofit 501c3.
Standalone 501c3?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that way it's everything's tax deductible.
Okay.
And then, like I said, you have the foundation part and then the expendable part. But
Sure. Okay.
so yeah.
I think too, when it was formed, it was more for CTE, so like they did do some things for career and technical, so they did do and then they also did the big push at Merrill when they did the turf, so those were the two bigger things I think that.
Yeah, and the STEM program.
And the STEM program.
STEM we raised.
Yeah, yep.
So they raised, but see, that was a one-time project and the funds were expended, and I'm trying to figure out a way to bring some money into a foundation so that we have funds available that just keeps on getting back to the community, to the school system, yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Next up, facility committee update.
We're 99% done, they say. The touch-ups are still.
That last 1%
that last
is the last.
It's kind of hard.
That's pretty cool.
Exciting stuff though, the playground is being built right now as we speak, so if you,
awesome.
when we get done with the meeting and go out, it's just kind of like a big, huge Lego puzzle out there.
Kids aren't excited.
So, that's fun. Yeah.
If you haven't seen the tree trunks in the wall, it's pretty cool out here.
Yes.
So it actually looks like trees instead of random green things
Yeah.
hanging from the ceiling.
Yep, the tree
You should
trunks are done.
look at that if you haven't.
Yep. Anything at the high school, Casey, that's,
No, the bathrooms in the cafeteria, which those were added later, are getting close to being done, and so that'll be nice to have those back.
Trophies are going in the trophy cases.
Yep,
The trophies are going in the trophy cases.
Oh, they are?
yep, just this week we're getting them. And Jim is redoing like where they are, and he's,
All the football trophies are going to go kind of by Kara Shaven's wall, and they fit exactly like the
On the
same
south
amount
wall?
on both sides, and it looks really neat, very shiny.
yeah.
yeah.
Excellent.
Boilers started up, we're just, I think we're
Middle
up and
school
rolling.
project moving
Middle
forward.
school's moving fine, in fact, I think it's a little bit ahead of schedule, so we'll go ahead and jinx it.
This
Are you
smells
on the
not
office
wood.
yet?
Yeah, they're
They're
getting
moving along.
ready.
I don't think this is wood,
No
but
way.
it's close, close.
Not real wood?
Furniture has all been ordered for them. I think we're good. So,
Student accolades.
first?
Okay, so this is just in the park right here. This right here, I believe, this is my first time seeing them. It was blocked for some reason. I couldn't get on the pictures. It says that
Reunification? That's the reunification one.
this right here is the reunification?
Yep, yep.
Okay, I didn't recognize a couple of the people. So we did a reunification drill with some volunteer third grade parents where we took all of the third grade, so if we have some kind of an emergency, we evacuated to the Lutheran church. And then we did our roll call and drills, and then the buses came and we took them down to Vets Memorial Auditorium. And then we did a reunification with all the people that would be doing it. So these are all the community members that are helping us, the Sheriff's Department, County Health, Fire Department, probably forgetting somebody. MER2, I think, was down there. Yep. So, and then they all have a part. So we have this in a plan, but this is our first time of actually practicing the reunification, getting everybody back to their parents. And I think we had 8 parents that we called ahead of time and said, hey, if you can you come, and then we'll run through the process. So at least we've attempted it at a small scale to start with. So that's what this was. Ann Heidel was actually in charge of it, so she did a wonderful job organizing it. And so thanks to all the people that were involved in making that happen. And we'll continue to do what we need to do to become safer and go through the routines. So at least we have something to go by if something catastrophic would happen. Activities in the park, and then there's some STEM activities. The one on the left is from, I believe, our naturalist. And then we did our dental screenings that we have here at school. Trying to see what this one. Oh, that's second grade in one of their units. So it's good. The main point of that picture is that this park out here is not just being used by the intermediate, it's being used by all the grade levels because it is such a nice space and it's so much better of a learning environment than, like, typically what we would do is meet either in the hallways or in the lunchroom. So it's so much better of a learning environment. So that's what those pictures are.
They have book besties in the morning, or I don't know.
Yes, yeah.
Or I don't know if that's not what you call it, book besties.
Book buddies.
Book buddies.
Yep.
But, so someone from over here and kindergartner first, and it's great to
It's like
see.
5th grade's teamed, or 3rd
Yeah.
grade teamed up with kindergarten,
Yeah.
and then 1st grade with 4th, 3rd, yeah. So that way older students, so they get to, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's at the elementary.
The lunchroom floor got done too, a little
Oh,
bit
yes,
earlier.
Yes.
and it
I
looks
forgot
really
to say
good.
that, you're right, yep, that's right, Jane, thanks for, yes, it looks.
It looks nice.
We were gonna wait till Christmas, and then Jeff was like, can we just, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we need to get
Between
it out.
the kitchen.
Yeah, thanks to the kitchen staff, because they had to
They couldn't, yeah,
call it, it was,
it looks
It does look good.
wonderful.
it has a much better
Much
feel.
better.
Yeah.
Yes, much
Kids
better.
got to eat in the gym and they thought that was kind of
Yeah,
exciting.
I think that was pretty cool.
Mr. Mueller is at a math conference in Des Moines, so here's the middle school. These are some STEM pictures, I know, and then I think that's family and consumer science there. Being kind. There's, looks like they are, I don't know what that is, but that's Ivan. Or Ivan, yeah. Ivan there, Mike's. I think these are all STEM or special pictures, it looks like, because this is STEM in the middle and this is art. Okay, so yeah, they were working on art, but lots of good student pictures. All right, Case?
We had a great homecoming week, and there's a picture of the court there. And so the homecoming week was, we had dress-up days, powder puff every day. During our win, we had a school pep rally with different activities. The student council did a great job planning. Friday, we had Fun Friday, where we spent some time having fun with each other and enjoying each other's company. And coronation, parade, game, all that stuff. And then the dance was a great way to cap off the week, and kids had a lot of fun dancing. And it was island nights under cyclone lights, so it was all Hawaiian. theme, and the whole week was just really fun with decorations and all that. In the top right corner is Emerson Reichel, and she earned a STEM award, and I can't remember the name of it, I'm sorry, but a STEM award, iTech, I think, award for the work she's done throughout her career and here at school, and so that was really neat to see her receive that award. What else? On the right there, you can see Nurse Rainey teaches a medical terminology class, and they are working on starting IV lines and taking blood. So that's kind of cool. We bought the arms through, I think, an RPP grant. So that's what they're working on.
Can also be used for Halloween.
Yeah, I know, we should get them out here in a couple weeks.
Bought the arm.
Yeah. On the left there is, you can see those 3 holding sack lunches. So we have our Caught in the Cyclone program where we're recognizing students daily, and then we have Caught in the Cyclone Student of the Week and Staff Member of the Week, who we are recognizing even more. We have businesses sponsoring lunch, and they get recognition, and staff and students can nominate others for October's theme is self-direct through CKH. So we have lots of nominations coming in, and we select those 3, Damien, Kara, and Lauren for that week. And it's just a good way to recognize and keep people thinking about whatever our theme is for that month. And I can't see what the middle
It's
one
the
is.
tech,
from the
is
glare.
Jeremy with the tech, is that on their field trip, Casey, or they're doing something, I don't know.
It's like they're moving.
Moving something, or they've got it in the data.
I think that's, I don't know if they went anywhere, but that would be like our, we have a student-led help desk, and we have students who work with Jeremy and Jim every day, and they just do a great job in helping them with the technology. With our new tech center, there's a desk out front where students sit every period and are the kind of the first wave and help kids as they come up to the desk. And then Jeremy's taking them, that looks like a server room, and that could even be in the high school.
I think it is because we left one of those with exposed brick.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's probably up in the 2nd floor, back kind of in the corner back there. So he does a great job of walking them through and showing them and having them just do hands-on experience, so, yeah.
I'm also loving the HCHS news.
Yes.
I think it's great, and not just because Ellie is on it, but I think it is really good. Those kids are doing a good job.
Yeah.
And like, I wouldn't have known what Fun Friday was until I saw your guys' interview where it's like we wanted people to have fun with each other during the day.
Yeah.
Because I don't know the percent you likely get out after the school day is over. I bet it's not above 50%.
Yeah.
So anyways, I think that's really good too. Is that Mr. Bruns doing that?
Mr. Bruns, that was a class for many years, and then it stopped, and he said, I want to bring it back as a social studies credit of current history.
Yeah.
Like, just, he sees it as like, we need to also be involved in capturing our history so that we have something to look back on and have kids recognize that you're living, you're living that right now too, so. Yeah, it's awesome.
Everyone. They're good.
Well, they have so many assignments, they have to do some news, and they have to do some fun ones every week, so.
And we are at they're doing one for the foundation too, so they're gonna do one for the alumni.
Yeah.
Because I was like, we need something to promote, and so, Ellie and Catherine Faw. And they get an assignment, and they come and they've interviewed me, they've interviewed Mitchell, they've interviewed, they're on it. So it is fun to see them, asking questions, and then their final product turns out really good. Yeah.
Well, they edit some of it themselves too, which
Yeah.
takes a little bit of time and effort, but I like that. I really like that.
I think Mr. Bruns is very excited about it too. That's what's fun too, is he's super.
We've added some classes this year we're just trying to find ways to have it be more hands-on. So like the HCHS News, the Cyclone Corner classes, it's an entrepreneurship class. we have an ag school-based business class where they're freeze drying food and working on selling it and different things like that. In the music department, we have a School of Rock class where they're learning, like they're making a band and they're still learning and going to create something and make music together, things like that. So always looking for opportunities to see how we can have kids learn by doing as much as we can, so.
Not to make this longer, but I've been asked like 5 times, can you explain the coffee? How does it work? Can you buy your kid a gift card? Can you get your kid credits? Can you go in and get it? I'm like, I have no idea.
I don't know if they're still working on, their business model right now. Right now, they're working on getting staff orders. And so to have teachers put in, or staff can put in orders, and then they are working on workflow and, how everything is set up and rearranging and how we can take payments and all that to make it as efficient as possible. So I don't know about the kids side yet. I think they're just, the guinea pig right now was, well, we started a couple weeks ago, we had a staff PD day, and so some kids came in, and that was like their soft launch, just making it for the middle school, high school, and that was a lot, because you need to make a lot of drinks in a short amount of time. And then the next was Fun Friday, they opened, and the line was around the corner and out the door, kids just wanted to have it. And their ice cream at games is selling really well.
If we do coffee at games, I promise you people will get it.
I know, I think they'll probably get there. It's just, they have class for 40 minutes a day, so if you think of like how far you can get,
Right.
it takes a while because you got to get everybody up and moving, and then, it took a while just to even for them to learn how to make the coffee and how to make a latte and, the different drinks and different things. Yeah, but it's been a really good addition to the school.
Next up, we have a personnel report.
James Stessman, who is our high school head custodian, is retiring in January after many years of service.
Yeah.
So we need to recognize him. He has been here for a long time and is a wonderful head custodian in our district. Also
He volunteers a ton of time,
Yeah.
like Anthony, yeah.
To be missed.
Yes, yes. The other, Noelle Christensen, she worked here for maybe 3 or 4, not a lot. She left after she found a job with benefits. So that's why she resigned. Our new hires, Gail Nelson was a custodian in the high school, and she called us and wanted to come back, and so we brought her back part-time. She's working a few hours, not even every day. So she's back for a little while for us, and hired a new pair at the high school, and then Laura Petchy. So she retired last year for us, and is currently doing a long-term sub in this Hester's room, Shaven's room, Leslie Shaven's room. And then is going to stay on and fill our part-time special education teacher that we didn't fill at the beginning of the year. She's got the endorsement and is excited to kind of stay on part-time. So that's really exciting for us. And then we still are looking for a middle school track, and then we are tending to get a few new students, I would say every month, that need some extra special education support. So we still have paras on there, and we'll continue to hire paras because we have so many kids coming into the district that need that support.
So Laura Petchy can only earn $50,000 because she's a retired teacher. So we have $50,000 on there, and then we're we're gonna kind of we'll figure out what she's getting for her long-term and back that out of the 50,000 and then figure out what her per diem will be 3 days a week for the end of the year as a special education teacher. So we just have to keep that's the maximum that she can get, which if she works every single day, she will. But yeah, so we're just glad she said she wants to come back.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
A short list, maybe something we look at.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Can I get a motion to approve the personnel report?
I'll move.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, next up, we have approval request allowable growth for EL excess cost of $41,997.37.
Okay, so this is similar to what we do with special education excess. So each year you can ask if you spend more money in English, in the English language department or English language learners or special education, you can ask for more spending authority back because, so last year we asked for an additional $9,063, but it was for the prior year, so it would have been for the 2022-23 school year. Anna Gill, who is the EL teacher, the population that she's working with has really grown, which is why we were asking this year for $41,997 from the state for spending authority, because she has gone from having like in the 30s on her roster to this year she has 55, and last year she had 55 as well, 55 students. So this is just asking for spending authority. We have the money in the general fund, but it's just like, can we spend what we need to spend on these students? So that makes sense.
Any questions on that? Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, next up we have approval of request for an additional girls wrestling assistant coach. I believe Mr. Dunn will
Hi guys.
give us a presentation.
Yeah, so this is a great problem, but a problem nonetheless. So I'm coming today. We need to, or what I would request is the addition of one more girls assistant wrestling coach. Right now, for our entire wrestling staff, we have Dr. Bendorf is our boys head coach. Brogan Kelly is our assistant for the high school. Tara Devlin Lawler is our girls head wrestling coach, along with she does the middle school with that. So she only gets one stipend, does middle school girls and high school girls, because we've only, had 10 or so girls out for all of girls wrestling. Then in the middle school we have Todd Black, who does the head, and then Andrew Sandquist, who does the assistant. What I would love is for Andrew Sandquist to come up to the high school. I think it's long overdue that we have a high school teacher on the high school wrestling staff. It's really, really hard for us without kind of that connection. We've had just, with the boys and girls wrestling programs, we've had community members coaching, which is great, but it's always a little bit harder. And then Brogan Kelly moving him over to as a girls assistant. The reason we this year have a very, very real shot at having the first girls state champion on our girls team. Ellie Stevens was runner-up last year to a 3-time state champ. That girl retired, or she's done. She retired. She graduated, and Ellie's going to be a sophomore, and she has a good chance at being a 3-timer. As soon as it's already seen in our girls programs already. We have a large influx of girls that are really excited about this sport. If she brings home a state title, we're going to see it blow up. It's going to be huge. So what we've seen that already. We went from last year we had roughly, what did we have last year? We had 5 middle school girls. This year I had 15 written down. It went to 17, and Tara told me 19. As of today, have signed up for middle school girls wrestling. 19 middle school girls. We had roughly 5 high school girls last year, and we're projected somewhere between 7 and 10 is what she thought. So upwards of 25 girls wrestlers, kind of that's thinking positively, right? But along with that, our high school boys, we're gonna have, and I do anticipate about 32 high school boys in the room, along with about 24 middle school. Our wrestling numbers are gonna be very, very large this year. They've always wrestled in the same room together at the same time. It hasn't been a problem. We may have to look at how we do that, but then what we've had is we've had a lot of just co-coaching together. Doc Bendorf along with Tara doing the same kind of warm-ups together and then splitting off to the side. Girls will work their stuff over here, boys over here. And it's worked out pretty well, and they really want to be able to do the same thing. Brogan Kelly is probably one of our best technical wrestlers, being able to show athletes how to wrestle. He's very, very, very good. I think that's something that we need to, and Doc is very good on the boys' side. We need to kind of move that over to the girls' side and get that with our girls and have some really good technical wrestling. Bringing Coach Sandquist up, we lost Olivia Jens. She graduated for 4 years. The Jens family has been unbelievable supporters of our wrestling. With that, Olivia has not just been, I can't understate what she's done for our program. She's run track wrestling. She's essentially run some of our tournaments. She is good. She graduated. Track wrestling is kind of like track meets. The programming for that is, you have to have a PhD to understand track wrestling. Coach Sandquist is very, how should I say this, very particular, very detail oriented. I think he'd be able to come in and help Doc Bendorf, who has said multiple times, he's a doctor. There are times where he just can't be at practice sometimes or has an emergency come up. Olivia was always really that support for him of making sure all his, Doc, did you make sure that you had your wrestlers entered? Did you make sure? I think we need to make sure that we always have that in the boys program. And I think that Coach Sandquist would do that. A few ways that I really wanted to showcase how I've really already figured out how to cover costs. Our volleyball tournament lost money last year, was not really pleased with that, and really hammered my head against why are we losing, and it's because the cost of officials are just astronomical. I think I spent $1,600 on volleyball officials, and we're not seeing that in the gate. I raised our ticket prices from $7 to $10, and we saw, we got $800 this year. So I cleared $800. So I flipped it $1,100 by changing ticket prices up from 7 to 10, which really wasn't that much. I heard from Jeff Beeson over at Glenwood and Denison, you gotta raise it. Tournaments are gonna have to be, a lot of metros are charging $20 to come to a tournament for an all-day tournament. So Dan Hill this year will do the same thing. It'll follow the same model. We'll go from $7, which is a standard ticket price, and we'll just say $10. I anticipate that'll clear quite a bit of money. We'll see the same thing. People are going to come to the Dan Hill, and they did not balk at the $3 increase for our, I didn't hear one negative, so I think it's just needed. So I do feel like I can offset a lot of that, have it come out of athletics if it needs to come out of athletics. I'd like that to be an every year thing, because I do anticipate our girls wrestling numbers continuing to climb. If we have 50, 60 kids in a wrestling room, we need to make sure that we have at least 4 adults that are constantly, that's a supervision thing for sure.
Yeah.
So that's really what I do. Questions for you guys?
Anthony, what was your note about Caleb? I didn't understand where that.
Oh, Caleb Rouse. So obviously with middle school, we're gonna have to post for it. That's just, if we have other people that would like to apply for it, that'd be great. I'll interview. Caleb Rouse has said he would gladly, he wants to get involved with middle school sports, wants to be more, wants to get into middle school wrestling. So that open middle school spot, what happens is, Andrew Sandquist comes up from the middle school up to high school, you post for middle school wrestling. I know that Caleb Rouse has already said, I will gladly throw my name in the hat, and then be solved very quickly.
As an applicant.
Yep, as an applicant. So, and very known, if I have more than one middle school wrestling applicant, it's awesome. I'll make him be the middle school track coach, that's what I'll do. Any other questions for him?
I think it's great to get them involved too, not just as teachers, but in other aspects, because keeping them and their families here, it's integral to get them involved in a program to keep them here too. I mean, him and his wife are somebody that probably could go anywhere, and so to keep them here is awesome. So
wrestling is just a very interesting sport. It is a revenue for the school. There are families that will move. What is it? It's a passionate sport with passionate parents. Parents will move their kids in
It's
and
a
out of
demographic.
districts simply to be in that state. So having a program that's building and us investing in, I do think it'll invest back. We have people, Mary Stevens with the youth board wanted me to share that on an hour or two's notice last night, they had open mat, they had 8 girls show up and 5 boys. Like the girls they showed up in 2 hours, we had 8 girls to an open mat last night. That was just, so, and she's always talking about, these surrounding Avoca, some of these girls that are coming to our mats and wanting to wrestle under our banner. So I think that's something to invest in.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions?
I make a motion to approve the request for an additional girls wrestling assistant coach.
And I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, next up we have approval of the 2025-26 WOW plan.
So the WOW plan is connected again to the English language learners. This plan is written every single year, we just have to approve it each year, and there are some highlighted pieces in here. I met with Anna today, and she just wanted me to share these are just changes that we made. So at the middle school, they were using some different assessments, so now they are aligned with the district and they're using FAST and ISASP. So that's a change that probably should have been done earlier. And then, sorry, to make you get migraine. She just added, so it is a state requirement that all teachers have English language training or professional development. And so we just added a blanket statement that just says every single year we do present it, and we have presented it to, they did it to the high school and middle school together, and then they've done it to all the elementary together. So just basically to share how to work with interventions and accommodations and modifications for students that are just learning English all the way up to our year 5 and almost proficient in it. And the last one, maybe 3. Maybe there were only 2. There was just 2. Okay, so we'll take the highlighted pieces out. We just wanted to let you know what was different than last year. Changed.
We won't take them out.
I mean, we'll take the highlight. No, we won't take them out. I'm sorry.
Make
We'll just
changes.
unhighlight them. There we go. Yeah. unhighlight.
Any questions on that? We get a motion to approve the WOW plan.
I'll make the motion to approve the WOW plan.
It says.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. We have policy review schedule, first reading.
Yep, just a minute. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Okay, there was one question that I had to bring to you guys. So it's on the ad hoc committee. It's the regulation, so 208 regulation 1. Is that on this one?
Yes.
To the right.
It just, I mean, at the bottom, it just says if a committee member fails to attend, and then we have to decide how many meetings or a limited time period. We just didn't want to make that decision without your input, so we'll probably have to put something in there, what you guys suggest, and then it'll go back to first reading.
You mean you can get kicked off if you just don't go to the meetings? So we're just now
It's a
deciding
little
that?
late for you.
Okay. Well, then I think you have to miss 25 before you get kicked off.
It's just may be considered, Jade, so it's not a definite.
Means Greg needs to keep sending reminders.
Yeah. For myself as well.
Yes, please.
So I don't know if you.
What do we
you guys
think
have
would
any
be a
suggestions.
good number? Anyone?
Is this in a calendar year?
Well,
Or is
that's the
this-
other thing is you can say like if you miss 3 meetings in a 6-month period or 3 meetings in a year period. And it's just may be considered, so it's not.
But I thought this is ad hoc. This is the board, or is this?
No, not the
No,
board, this is ad hoc,
committees, yeah.
This is, okay.
one-offs,
One-off,
like,
yeah.
yeah, like
So
the
they're
finance.
rare.
The
committee.
finance
Yeah.
committee
Yeah.
or
But
something.
they're not often.
The building committee, the
Right.
Yeah.
health and wellness
Yeah.
committee.
Yep,
So
yep,
do you want to
those.
just say like 3 in a year's
I-
time period? Or Pete, do you have any suggestions?
This one's hard because with ad hoc committees, you don't have a defined.
No, yeah, you might have.
Time to
Need.
meet.
Yeah, it could be
And
one.
Yeah.
move the meeting to fit people, so I think the number can be very low.
Or do you want to just strike that?
Yeah, we can take it out.
Once you're
But
on,
then you
can't
don't
get
have
thrown
the
off.
option if you want to get rid of, I mean, if you would be in that situation.
Or can we just say, for a pattern of lack of participation
Yeah.
Of course,
exists, the
you
board
could
can
have-
consider.
That's a good
Yep.
suggestion.
Yeah, so we can just leave, a committee member may be considered for removal from a committee should the committee member,
Have a pattern of lack of participation. Who gets to decide that though, the head?
The committee,
the board would have to, yeah.
That would be us, I guess.
Want us to put that, so then we'll pull this one and put it back on first reading.
You almost have to.
Yeah.
right, and the other one we wanted to talk about was the,
Stock prescription.
yeah. This isn't a requirement, and Jenny and I were talking about it today, and it's kind of, well, we were talking to the nurses and we just don't feel like we even need this policy. It's basically stating that we should have a EpiPen, a,
Like
Narcan,
Narcan,
and
like a.
broncholator thing.
My only concern with taking it out is, so I have a son with asthma who should carry his inhaler, right? But doesn't always. So if we don't have a policy that we have one here, I mean.
But we don't currently have one here, and we would have to try to have a doctor prescribe one to the school, and if that would be hard. So, I mean, we can certainly keep it in, we wanted to talk to you and get your opinion on it before we, go ahead.
Well, Jake, here's my other question. So like if one of your sons has that, doesn't have his prescribed one, can we give the prescribed, non-prescribed one to him? Because that was my fear, because we don't want, or an EpiPen if you didn't know.
Or an EpiPen.
But
Yeah,
here's my thing about EpiPens too, so we pop in peanut oil, which is, in my opinion, we should not do that. Because the last thing a kid thinks about is what oil something is popped in. Popcorn is pretty universal. I'm surprised that we have not had an anaphylactic reaction up to this point. That I'm aware of, we haven't. But we have multiple documented kids in school with severe nut allergies. And I didn't develop nut allergies till my 30s, so I'm cognizant of what do you pop your popcorn in. But at the high school, we pop all of ours in peanut. Fine, do what you want to do, but I don't know. I think we're setting ourselves up for a little bit of failure, not having something available.
okay.
Most kids probably carry theirs if
Or
they know.
EpiPens, or, I mean, I don't know.
Are they all one and the same?
Are they all one and the same?
For an emergency anaphylactic reaction like that, yes.
Okay.
And you're not really gonna give it if you don't know what's going on. You're gonna call 911. I don't know. I think we should talk about this more just because we have documented. I walk down this hallway here with my mentee and there's
Every
5
classroom,
out
yeah.
of 10 doors have peanut allergy, shellfish allergy, nut allergy, dye allergy. I don't know that. I don't know. That we should talk about
We
it.
definitely can talk about it more. I just, I just wanted to bring it to your attention because I think we just have to do some more research on getting the doctor,
I would like to get input from our local doctors and find
Yeah.
out what,
we asked the nurses and they, I mean, they're not opposed to this at all, but they just said we just have to find a doctor. So this is something new, so we'll just do some research on it. Do you want to table this one too, or I mean,
I think we
remove
should
this
keep it
one
and we can bring more information.
the next week? Okay.
I think we should keep it in the first reading.
Okay,
We
okay,
can't
okay,
move
yeah,
on to the
yeah,
second
yep.
reading.
I assume RJ carries naloxone with him?
He does, and I know they have some,
Nurses.
we've been given free nurse from like the University of Iowa, so I know they all have that, and they probably have all of these things. My fear was, Jade, like, how do you give it to someone that's not prescribed to them? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I understand
that
what
was
you're
my
saying.
only fear, and I just
But it
didn't.
does happen, like at camp, just for an example,
Yeah.
my son went to camp this summer. Someone was having an asthma attack and they used his inhaler.
Yeah.
Because it was right there and readily available, so.
So these three things are pretty much straight across the board, same for everybody.
Well, mainly,
For the most
in an
part,
emergent
different
situation,
different
yeah.
dosages.
You can
Okay.
have an emergency dosage.
Sure.
I also
Okay.
think maybe we should look into not popping in peanut oil. Now, is it gonna take a little bit to clean out the machines and stuff? And maybe it's cheaper, I don't know the answer to that. But I'm shocked that we do that with the amount of kids in our school that have a documented peanut allergy.
I don't even know what we use at the Booster Club.
Booster.
You do not use peanut
I
oil,
don't think so.
no.
I
Like,
would,
at the
I
high
guess I would
school
have
we
to
do.
agree, I would not think we'd wanna use peanut oil.
I
It
wouldn't
could be
think so
cheaper,
either.
I've never asked.
I don't
But
think
it's
it's
not
a
doesn't
cheaper
really
cheaper
matter.
if something happens, no,
I
if
think
it
it's
doesn't.
my
I-
That doesn't
liability.
expensive.
Simply just find different ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, at
Yeah.
the machine, I mean, it'll take a little bit to get, I don't know if it would need to be clean, and for kids that have a real bad one, they probably know to ask, but I don't think we should pop in peanut
well, we
oil.
can definitely look into
But,
that.
anywho,
No,
that's just my 2 cents about that, but I think ask doctors, and maybe, because we have EMS local, it's easier for us if these situations came up during the school day or an extracurricular event. I mean, that's better for us, but I don't
Okay.
know. Those are
No,
just my
I'm
2
glad
cents.
that,
Just with
yeah,
lieutenants.
that helps.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, so. The first one we talked about was this one.
208 R1. Yep.
So I don't know who wants to make,
Then I struggled with the other ad hoc committee policy, trying to understand what was being taken out and what was putting back to replace
that one
it.
did have quite a few changes.
I did too. Yeah.
Well,
Personally,
basically,
I'd
they
love to
took
hold
out
the
the
two
bottom
together.
paragraph.
Yeah, but there's some, so like I didn't get to go through and, these two match and these,
Yeah,
but if we generally operate under Robert's Rules of Order, there's some things that make me wonder if we're taking away rights that we can't take away with like the board's ability to, remember where it said it, but I think something to the extent of the board's right to select how the committee gets formed was taken out, and I didn't find what was put in its place, so.
it does say, Pete, the board retains the authority to make a final decision on all issues.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking
Okay.
about formation of committee.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
Anyway, I would suggest we hold the ad hoc committee policies together in the
Okay.
first reading, because I think we need some time on that one.
Is that
So
just
this is
208?
208, and the
Yeah.
other one is the R1, the regulation for it.
I think next month you should just review all of the first readings again. Just add them,
Of course, next month.
yeah, just add them back on there. and-
Oh,
You were serious there
She doesn't ever want an adjournment.
Yeah.
You should have said,
Right, who's gonna do it?
How do we want to phrase it? Can I get a motion
Motion to
to
approve all the First readings except for the draft one of the ad hoc committee, policy 208, and the first reading of the regulation of the ad hoc committee, along with,
No, that's
You
just those two.
and
no, and then,
one more.
and then the
Stock
medical
prescription.
medication supply, first
Well,
reading.
No, we
I thought we were
want to
gonna
approve
keep that on
that one,
first
don't we?
reading.
On the
What's that?
first reading?
Well,
We're
don't
gonna
you
keep that
think
one
just
on.
pull it and ask what a doctor thinks
Well,
first?
if we
Well,
just,
we're gonna put all three of those on the first reading next time, right?
Is that what you want? I thought you said you wanted to keep that one on and then ask and then bring stuff back for the second reading.
No, I think just wait until
Pull
next
it?
time.
Okay.
and
Yeah, I guess that's what I was meaning.
Yep.
is we
Yeah,
should-
add it on to next month.
Okay.
First reading next time.
80405.
I hate
always
to not
think we
agree
need
with you,
two-
but I think that
two
my
readings
thought
of
was
final
what they
versions.
what
Yeah,
they
no,
said.
that's fine, yes.
0405.
Ulterior motive.
Is
No,
that
I'm
right?
being
That's what
serious
I'm
about
making a
that
motion.
I'll second the motion.
Yep.
Thank you, Pete.
Okay,
All
so
in
that
favor?
one-
Aye.
Opposed?
Roger.
No,
I do think though, if we're gonna do that, we probably should, whether you guys, or if we have a couple people from the board talk about ad hoc committees, maybe should be reviewing those three and trying to come up with something prior to the meeting next month, right?
Yeah.
So
So we
if you
need to
wanna
have an
share
ad hoc
that.
committee?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
Ad hoc committee.
Okay.
But or share that with, if you guys wanna share that with us
Well, there's the
prior.
policy committee.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Damn, it's Albertson, isn't it?
Is it next month?
Isn't it 2 months worth?
It depends.
I like that plan if it is.
Yeah, I bet.
I can look.
Okay, so we'll send something out and see
Yep.
if you guys want. Okay,
Yep.
perfect. Okay.
All right, next up is policy review schedule, second reading. Any questions on the second reading?
Didn't you want one changed last month?
I just had some questions about the federal law provides that, it was a 45-day one, I don't remember
Oh,
what
yeah,
it
yeah.
was. But
To
and
get
I
Got that
records?
figured and answered.
I wondered if we
Needed the 45 days.
realistically delivered more quickly than that, and you answered my question very well, so.
For sure, yeah, I mean,
Next month is our Felt People and Albertson.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
I move to approve the second reading.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
no.
All right. We are to a consent agenda. Anyone have any questions with the consent agenda?
I was gonna ask on the AEA, there was $120,000 on software. Just thought I'd ask what type of software that was. On the first page there,
is
Grant
it
Wood
in
AEA and Green Hills
Accounts
AEA.
payable?
Maybe we need Brian, huh?
Yeah.
that's a P card.
It said software, Jim?
Yeah, that's what it says. Yeah, it says software under, well, the first one says software, the
Down.
other one says
It's
flow-through
for-
purchase
for-
services. So I
Okay,
guess
right
I'm
there.
assuming they might be together, but
Okay, so, Grant Wood AEA is the Power School, which is our student information system. So Grant Wood AEA, we purchase Power School through Grant Wood AEA. So that's why it goes through, it's like flow-through dollars, I guess. We get a better price, and we get a lot more support from them than we would just strictly through Power School. And then Green Hills, the flow-through purchase services, so that goes back to, now we get, from the AEA, we get all of the money that was media services and the technology, the instructional services and media, sorry.
Yeah. It's kinda hard.
So that money is tied back to services. So now we have to purchase all of the services that might qualify in that realm. So, for example, we purchased some days, we're getting a new science curriculum, and we purchased a consultant from there for 6 days, so that's part of that. We've purchased some math, we've purchased We have some technology pieces that they help us with. So it's all those managed services that so we get the money, and actually we come out ahead, Jim, because we are getting more money to us instead of it always going to the AEA. And now we get to decide what we truly want to pay for, so.
So this is part of the result of the governor's
Yes.
change in the AEA's role
Yep.
in Harlan Community School Districts, or all the districts really.
In all the districts,
Yeah.
yep.
And is the first one, is that a annual fee or is that new software that
The,
you pay?
well, the grant would be annual.
Yeah.
The grant would be,
Okay,
That's-
thank you.
well, it's not new software, I guess, is what I'm saying, Jim, so
Yeah.
it's something that we've had, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Power School, where when you ask your kid why their grade is like it is, they say, well, because my teacher hasn't put in 5 assignments.
Yes.
Every time. That's the pat answer from children.
It is, it's weird, I don't know. I'm not saying the teacher hasn't put in 5 assignments, so it's like, oh, once I get my 12 assignments in, my grade is an A.
It's like
Do you
you're
ever
trained.
follow up? Does that ring true?
I think so, because no one's failing anything, but just for that moment, I don't know. So it must start at 0 and then you have to get your grades in there for it to build up, or?
Everybody starts with an A+.
That's right.
It's just your job to keep it. That's what I
Oh,
tell kids. On Thursday, I give them an A. Like,
Well,
you get
Liz is
another A,
lying.
now you gotta keep it.
All right, any more questions on the consent agenda?
I make a motion to adjourn.
No.
Wait. Consent agenda.
Hey, you are jumping the gun.
I remove that motion from the table.
You need a motion on the consent agenda?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll move.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right,
Now I make a motion to adjourn. What's you wearing?
Oh, I second.
I'm
spacing off.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right.